English 1.1 Past, Present, Future. Let us read the poem first. Tell me, smiling child, what the past is like to thee. An autumn evening soft and mild, with a wind that sigh mournfully. Tell me what is the present hour, a green and flowery spray, where a young bird sits gathering its power to mount and fly away. And what is the future, happy one? A sea beneath a cloudless sun, a mighty, glorious, dazzling sea stretching into infinity. Poetess Emily Bronte. Some says Emily Bronte in some countries. In some countries it is pronounced as Emily Bronte. We will be pronouncing it as Emily Bronte. Okay. So, this poem is about a conversation between the poetess and a child like you, a kid like you. The poetess Emily Bronte is asking about the past, present and future life of the child. And the child replies about the past, present and future in a poetic way. So let us read the first stanza. Tell me, smiling child, what the past is like to thee. An autumn evening soft and mild, with a wind that sighs mournfully. Explanation. The poetess Emily asked the child how was her past. Now a small child like her cannot tell about her past life. She cannot relate her past life to the present. Why so? Because the poetess is asking her only about her health and her studies. That small child is just like you. Suppose, students, if anybody is concerned about you, how is life going on, how are you, what about overall performance, they are just concerned about your studies and nothing else. They are not asking you about your family, no family status, no financial status, nothing going around you. They don't want to know anything. Instead, in a small mouth, just try to say small things and not big things. If somebody is concerned about you, it means they are asking you how is your studies going on. So likewise, the poetess also is asking the small child about her studies. And how does she reply? She replies it in a poetic manner. Let's see what she says. She is small, she is just like you, as I said. All she can say about her studies, I already told you, whether it is that small child or whether it is you. All you have to say about your studies. So, the little child says in a poetic way, the past is like an autumn evening. Now, you know the word autumn. Yes, it is a season. We feel very cold during autumn. Wind blows. Branches shed their dry leaves. Have you seen yellow color leaf? Yes. Now, the child says her past is like an autumn evening with a wind that sighs. Sighs. S-I-G-H-S. Sighs means disappointment, tired, sad. Mournfully. Mournfully is a word used when somebody is expired. Somebody is no more. When we give condolence, this word mournfully is used. Other than, we cannot use this word unnecessarily. Okay, so mournfully means feeling sad, expressing grief. We cannot control our emotions because we have lost somebody. Okay, so the child says her past is very sad to share. Maybe in the past she might have not studied well. She is now realizing she could have done much better in her studies. She cannot say the past because the past is very disappointing to her. So let us read this stanza again. Tell me, smiling child, what the past is like to thee. Thee means you. An autumn evening soft and mild, with a wind that sighs mournfully. Next stanza, second stanza. Tell me, what is the present hour? A green and flowery spray, when a young bird sits gathering its power to mount and fly away. Explanation. Now the poetess Emily asked the child how about the present hour. What does she feel now? Is she happy? The child says she is happy. She is comparing herself to a bird sitting on the branch of a green tree with flowers around. As the bird is ready to flutter its wings and fly. As the bird is ready to flutter its wing and fly. Likewise, she is ready to face the present hour. It means she is regretting from her past. That's why in the present hour, she doesn't want to make any kind of mistake what she has done in the past. Now I will tell you again related to studies. So in the present hour, she is studying every day. She is ready for everything. Ready for the oral test, might be ready for the written test, might be ready for exam, anything. I told you, poetess is not asking about her family matters. She is just asking a casual question whether she is ready with her studies or not. But it is in a poetic way. As this is an English subject, we are reading a poem. The poetess is asking her in a poetic manner. So it is a bit difficult to understand this poem. So now in the second stanza, the small girl, she is happy and she says she is very much ready to face anything at this present hour. For example, if you read and learn every day, there won't be any worries. Yes or no? If your teacher takes a surprise test right now, you won't be worried. Why? Because you are ready. You are reading every day. You are writing every day. Yes or no? You are, you are doing lot of hard work by learning the spellings. You are clearing your doubts, asking your teachers, your friends, etc. Yes or no? So the child says she is happy. She is ready. She is prepared to face the world. World means here I can say it's an exam. Okay. The life just like a bird. So let us read this stanza again. Tell me what is the present hour. A green and flowery spray where a young bird sits gathering its power to mount and fly away. Next stanza, third stanza, final stanza. And what is the future? Happy one. A sea beneath a cloudless sun. A mighty, glorious, dazzling sea stretching into infinity. Poetess Emily Bronte. Explanation. The poetess Emily finally asked the child, what about her future? For this, the happy child replies in a poetic manner again by saying the future is like the sea. Where is the sea? It is under the shining sun. Now, when the sun is clear and bright, there are no clouds around. Yes or no? Have you seen? You can see today itself. Okay, at 12 o'clock. Now, when the sun is clear and bright, there are no clouds around. As I said, only the blue sky is visible. Yes or no? If you haven't seen, please go and check it out today. So, when the rays falls on the sea, the sea shines. It looks glorious. Now, the sea is very powerful. She takes into her everything. Yes or no? All the rivers, lakes, streams, they all go and meet in the sea. We throw waste in the seas and oceans. Yes or no? There are so many marine plants and animals, life in the sea. So, the sea is so peaceful. Sea is so calm. She never complains. Why is the sea so powerful? Because we cannot see the end of the sea. Can we see the end side of the sea from standing on one end? No, we cannot see. Have you ever seen the other side of the sea, students? No. Likewise, the child is comparing herself with the sea. She has a lot of things to do in the future. She is not planned. What are they? But she is willing to do everything in her future life. So, let us read this stanza again. And what is the future? Happy one. The poetess is asking the child, so is your future a happy one? The child says, of course, it is the happiest one. Whatever I haven't done in the past, whatever I am not going to do in the present, I will be doing it in the future, she says. She is very much prepared. She is ready to face the world. Okay. A sea beneath a cloudless sun. So she is comparing her life with a sea. A mighty sea is very strong, glorious, dazzling sea stretching into infinity. So the happy child is saying her future is very bright. She is comparing her life with the sea. She says sea is very strong. Sea is mighty. So the happy child wants to be just like the sea, strong and powerful. So let us read this stanza again. And what is the future? Happy one. A sea beneath a cloudless sun. Beneath means under. A mighty, glorious, dazzling sea stretching into infinity. Students, I hope all the stanzas are clear to you. Let us read this poetry once again. 1.1 Past, Present and Future. Tell me, smiling child, what the past is like to thee. Thee means you. An autumn evening soft and mild, with a wind that sighs mournfully. Tell me what is the present hour. A green and flowery spray, where a young bird sits gathering its power to mount and fly away, ready to fly away. And what is the future? Happy one. A sea beneath. Beneath means under. A sea beneath a cloudless sun, a mighty, strong, yes, a mighty, glorious, dazzling sea, glittering, stretching into infinity. Infinity means it has no end. Poetess Emily Bronte. Students, I hope the poetry is very well clear to you. Let us see some meaning. The meaning you. Mild meaning here it is about weather, not severe or very cold or moderately warm. Mournfully meaning sadly. Spray meaning a stem or small branch of a tree or plant bearing flowers. To mount meaning to get up. Mighty meaning possessing great powers or strength or very powerful. Dazzling meaning extremely bright. Infinity meaning having no end or limit. Students, I hope this poetry as well as meanings are clear to you. Thank you.